Working on that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today is July 9th. This is the Lunenburg Water District Commissioners meeting. We'll start by saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Okay. Get some, was there minutes? What was that?
John's got a, just John having?
Question regarding
Again?
future.
Oh, they're hiding.
No, they're here. Yeah, I'll have you guys start looking at those. We'll
That's
pass the
great.
meeting minutes around. The last one, all here. Make sure we're not blowing all our money.
Yes, because that's what we do, is we just throw on your way off. We're not frugal whatsoever. How old is that Mack dump truck we have?
1988.
I graduated high school in '88, I don't know if anybody wants to do the math, it's been a while.
It's been
I don't even wanna, John, I don't wanna know when you graduated high school.
18.
I probably wasn't born, I probably wasn't born
Did
yet.
they have high school in it?
What is this for,
The, keeps our loan payment.
Oh,
Mass
yeah,
Clean
yeah,
Water
okay.
Trust, the loan
Yeah,
payment,
yeah,
that's the
okay.
loan payment, that's the admin
Yeah.
fee for the loan.
oh, is this the, this must be the rental for the grinder.
Yep,
What was that? 500?
300.
300.
That's pretty good.
yep. And then,
Did you have to
and
pick
then
it up
on-
and drop it off?
Yes,
We picked it up.
Yeah.
yeah, and they let us
That's
the
pretty.
night before,
Yeah,
kept it
picked
for the
up
day,
night
and then
before,
dropped it
picked
off
up
the next
yeah,
morning, so,
next-
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
So that was pretty good.
that's it's good to know, to tell you the truth.
yep.
Just gonna grab Mark's
So,
for
yeah.
And that only cost $100.
Did you
to
get,
fix.
did you say, oh yeah, it only costs
Well, yeah.
That really bothered me.
I know, that's what, it
Yeah.
makes it better than the fact that he spent a little money on parts, is that I know how much it bothered for him.
Oh. And then I
Broke it?
attached
Just-
stuff all the
yes.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
bad.
my mechanic spent like all day, had to micro weld stuff. I can go out of order if you want, Mr. Chair, and make a motion to approve the minutes.
Well, no, you kinda can't.
Cause you
He
haven't
hasn't
looked
read
at
them
them
yet.
I
yet.
haven't signed it
Oh,
right.
well, here, you can look at them then.
I'm not trying to be wise.
Nicer day today.
Mm.
Yesterday was, yesterday was hot. Supposed to be more of that.
Now we're ready for you, Mr. Brush.
Motion to accept the minutes of June 25th, 2025.
All in favor?
Aye.
So it's my job to try.
Are they still saying we're in a drought, or no?
Last I heard, we were out of it, but I would imagine we're heading back into it.
Yeah.
So water restrictions now, just the baseline, no
Yeah.
water.
Oh, I mean, it's supposed to rain for the next couple of days. I think we'll be right.
Yeah,
We needed that rain.
I haven't seen the new monthly,
Use instructions, use instructions.
Just
Just
from
regular.
9 to 5, just
Yeah.
the basic stuff.
And is that stream flow, or is that just based on?
You have two ways to do it. You could do it calendar based or stream flow. So
Right.
we're doing the calendar, which is May to September 30th.
Yep.
The stream is will every day you'd have to go watch the Squanicook River and
mm,
calculate it. And when it
Changing
was at a
all the
certain
time.
point, then you had to go water restrictions, and then if it went back, you'd come back out of them. But typically when we did the stream flows, we would just, once it hit, we just stayed with it.
We go fishing. Okay, next we have review public engagement questions regarding future treatment options.
So
So-
we went through them all, so
Yeah.
whatever you guys want.
well, I mean,
Is there anything new?
nothing new,
I did
but
see some email traffic from Lou at Time Bond about that, option 6,
yes.
a little bit.
You guys had asked after the last meeting to reach out to Lou, ask him about that other option.
Correct.
So I gave you guys the email
Yep.
and it was, I kinda forgot about it, the second page has all those breakdowns. And he had actually given us this a long
Yeah.
time ago, and then that's when we had said, well,
Right.
it's not a good option, so we eliminated it. So it kinda answered a few of those questions. But I didn't really change anything as far as the survey yet, cause
Right.
it just,
Well, as far as with this information for Lou that Mr. Remke was, asking about, obviously we can share this with him. I think he was one of the, kind of, not the only one, but he's the one that was, driving these concerns with it. So I just wanted to make sure that we follow up and, give this information to him as to why we're going the directions that we
Yep.
are.
and I'm afraid you have been communicating with them.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're gonna be,
I have a meeting with him tomorrow at 9:30.
Okay.
And you're welcome if you're available to attend.
Yep.
He just had some pretty basic questions on, what we've tested. Mostly, why, what's our thinking, just basic stuff. Out of everybody that I've ever talked to regarding any of this, he's the one who spoke to the most.
Yeah. Okay.
so I don't know if you wanna just kinda wait, you talk to him and then we'll try to pull together more of a final draft for the next one.
Sure.
It's fine.
I mean,
We should go just run through these.
yeah, I mean, absolutely, yes.
Just so people can, if they're interested.
Well, if you wanna let him know too, what Lou was saying about the concerns, like in his email, cause we were all a little, couldn't quite answer it, and that's why we said, we talked about the dissimilar waters, having to do the pilot testing,
Yeah, but it's the most expensive.
yeah.
And that's assuming there's no negative impacts for the PFAS media between the two. Concern of treating Lancaster Ave water, remove iron and manganese and pH of the water will cause calcium to precipitate from the Keating's water into the PFAS media. So that's not one of the biggest things with Keating, is it precipitates the calcium, and it plugs everything up. So if we're plugging up the media from that, that's gonna be a huge problem.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Fran, I'm even just gonna read those two sentences just for the people that may listen to this at home. And obviously, we can put this out there. It says, due to the dissimilar waters, we are concerned that after treating the Lancaster Ave water, removal of iron manganese, the pH of the water will cause calcium to precipitate from the Keating's water into the PFAS media. If this occurs, the media may malfunction as designed and need to be replaced much more frequently. In order to proceed with this alternative, DEP would require more pilot testing. Additional pilot testing could be between 150 and 350,000, depending on what DEP requires. So that's what the concern is that the pH of the water will cause calcium precipitate from the Keating's water into the PFAS, PFAS remediation media. And that's, I think, what we had kind of discussed a little bit. I just wanted to get that engineer speak,
So just so everybody's aware, typically when you do a treatment process for iron and manganese, the pH will raise just by doing that process,
Okay.
for some reason.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be perfect, we'll still have to do pH adjustment, that's part of their concern, if the pH rises, that calcium's coming out.
Right.
And when the Keating well, when we first turned on the line, we had huge issues, it was blocking up the pump like in 2 weeks.
I remember.
So if you took your finger and had raw water, stuck it in the sodium hydroxide and dipped it in the raw water, you would see it instantly turn to white, just pass through.
I remember years ago, for long before I was even Terry, I saw him one time, he hit in the back of his truck, I was like, what's that? Like, that's what the Keating, I was like, geez.
Yeah,
It's
the
like
calcium,
concrete.
which
Yeah.
causes the hard water is it's an issue. You clean that annually.
Annually, yeah, we didn't know it was causing huge
Now,
problems.
if that's becoming our primary source, now we're not cleaning that annually, and then we have to add, we're probably cleaning it more than annually, if you're pumping that much more out of it. So that would be another thing to worry about as far as, it's an added thing to look at, is if we're pumping that source more, the increased hardness in the water in the system and the increased use is gonna cause more frequent cleaning to be needed. And if that gets occluded enough, I mean, what are we talking, we gotta shut the well down.
So when the first time we found the problem, the maximum capacity we could pump was 300 gallons a minute. That was with all the pumps running, max
Now-
pressure, so.
On a positive side, if we put another well in next to it, will that affect the cleaning process? We'd be able to shut one well down, use the other well, and clean it.
Well, it depends on how you build the system.
Yeah.
Typically, you're not building a full-blown separate treatment plant for this well and another one for this one. Typically, each well would use the same treatment plant, so usually if this well needs maintenance, you can shut this one down, still operate off the other one. But somehow, cause we spoke to engineers about this, somehow we'll have to do a discharge from the pump station where the pH adjustment is made and have two setups, so when one is getting clean, you can still go through the same treatment plant and just discharge through.
So there is, I mean, sinking another well in next to it, having backup, again, at an expense, but.
Which we are,
We are
we're
in
down
the
there
pro-
testing right now.
Yeah,
so.
perfect, I was gonna ask you about that, yeah. Do we wanna peruse through this survey, now and come up with any?
Sure. I mean, if there's,
To me, there's a few things we could plug right out of there.
Well, let's.
Kind of talked about it last time too,
Yeah,
but
we
yeah, we
did, so I
can,
mean, I guess I'd like to get this, closer and closer, cause I would like
Yeah.
to put this out.
so if you're a user of Lunenburg water, it's only one per household
Yes,
to fill out this survey?
correct.
So if you're a user of Lunenburg water, you're a household outside.
You're talking like if you're not a paying customer, is that?
Right.
Yeah, alright, so,
I mean, how many people are gonna, I don't know how many people are gonna fill that out anyway.
right, so like, as we say, name, address required, you can, are you currently a district customer or a private well?
Yep.
Or a user of Lunenburg water?
Okay.
I mean,
yeah, cause I guess if you live in town, you're either on ours or a well, those are the two main things.
Right, but if
So-
you're also a user and you're concerned about the quality of water, my
Right.
concern is that you have people from the same household from outside of town that might fill this out because they're a user, you know what I mean?
Well, no, it's only going to
It's only going to
the
the
Lunenburg,
Lunenburg
it's going to
once again, this is.
Lunenburg, so that may be eliminated, because you can't be, if you're,
You can be a user, cause you can live in Lunenburg and
But you
go
can
to,
have a
go to the,
well.
go to the
But
schools.
go to the schools, that's why.
I think it's
Oh,
go to schools.
okay,
I think
I
like
gotcha,
you're
I
right.
gotcha.
I have a
I
private
gotcha.
well, but I work at the schools, I work at the town hall,
I
I
gotcha.
work at the fire
Your
department.
kids
Right,
go to
like,
the
I have
school,
concerns
get a
about
coffee.
the
I gotcha.
water I'm gonna get, so like, I'm okay with.
Yeah.
I agree, I'm
Okay.
okay with that.
You know,
Alright.
and once again, everybody knows this is just to get a feel for the public. We are not, this is not a district bound, voting bound, this is just, we're trying to see where the heartbeat is.
Yep.
So I like leaving the user of Lunenburg water. If you're presently in a private well, do you consider connecting to the water supply if it were available to you?
I crossed off with.
We have copies here if you guys want.
We crossed off
You do?
with,
Okay.
with standard rates, because
Well, I mean, it's
the
kind
rates
of-
are always changing,
Right,
so
well, I
what
think
is
it-
standard?
I think it's also kind of already implied that
Yeah.
if you make.
Well,
So we're okay with leaving
3/4 of the way
that,
down on the first page.
okay, so that one's good. And it was the same thing, removing timeframes and the rating scale
Yeah.
pretty much from all
Right,
of
yeah,
the
like,
next
it's like.
three.
So, like, as far as the tasting, I know, like, sometimes it's kind of went back and forth from the last meeting a little bit, like, I think it should be in there, because I'm kind of, once again, huh?
I know when I go to Fitchburg. no
Oh,
offense-
right
no
away, I'm
offense to
like-
people from Fitchburg,
Right.
you can tell the difference in the
Right
flavor of
away,
water in
I have
Fitchburg,
no
yeah.
problem going to my faucet and like,
Yeah,
But you could take something away from the taste. Yes, I have taste issues, okay, well, now you're looking at the iron and manganese.
right, yeah.
yeah,
Right.
So I kind of like to keep the taste thing,
Taste
is
I
good.
think it's yes, I don't like the 4, 3, 2, 1 rating, I like
Okay.
pleasant, neutral, and just, yeah, odor, same thing, we don't need to think of the past year, just, I don't notice there's any odor in your water, and there's flags in the district, and then the ratings there, I think it's simple.
okay,
Pressure is properly served by the district, how would you water pressure on tap, and, so, which is, we should leave this in there, but, obviously, there's going to be conflicting answers on this depending on where you live in town.
So
Yeah.
my thing on the pressure was, that was one of the ones I plucked. because there's really nothing we can do.
Right, I guess you're kinda right, because there is absolutely nothing that we can do about it. I mean, I like this question because I'm like, mine is awesome, and I
Yeah,
love it, but you're
Yeah,
right,
you can't change it.
there's nothing we can do about
But
pressure.
if you leave it, it's not gonna hurt if you leave it there, so. but it-
Right.
but at the
Well,
same time,
whatever.
we've also talked about making sure that this isn't like,
Like,
oh my
yeah,
god,
yeah,
another
yeah.
question, another
Right, so,
question,
yeah, I'm
so,
okay with it, like mixing it, because I don't really think there's a value add on it, like,
Yeah.
sure, I mean, I'm curious, I wanna know what people think, but there is absolutely nothing we can do about pressure, with the exception of you have a pressure regulator in your house and turn it down, like,
yeah,
right, I mean,
yeah, let's stick to what we're looking for.
alright, so we're getting rid of pressure, don't get rid of the pressure. Hardness, so, as this was originally written, I kinda liked that, I didn't really like the extra comments that were put on, just hardness. Water carries extra calcium and magnesium picked up from limestone and similar rock. These minerals react with soap, lowering suds and leaving film on sink, hair, and fixtures. When heated, they deposit a scale and clog pipes, coats heaters,
Coats heaters,
yeah.
clogs pipes, coats heaters, and freezes in it,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it leaves a white coating on it.
Yeah, no, I know, I don't know if that's right.
Alright,
That's
I'll
not-
look at,
You know what I'm saying? No, I mean, once again, I
Oh.
am not an English major at all, so. Water above roughly 100 million, believed to be hard, and the district supplies combined water from only sources. They're not harmful, yeah, I like that, they're not harmful to man households, use softeners, salt free conditioners, or reverse osmosis used to keep their plumbing clear and soap effective.
So what are we saying, that the two comment, LW4 and LW5?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't have a problem with LW4, I mean, cause that is it's not a water quality issue that's controlled by the state or federal.
but I think what, Nicole was trying to get across is that, though controversial, if you looked it up, there is some studies
yeah,
about
sure.
all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff, so she said, I don't think it should be in there, because there
right.
is studies about it, and you don't wanna be putting something out there, saying,
Exactly.
don't worry, and
And
somebody Google searches
And then
this,
the
and
next
there's,
day we have PFAS.
yeah.
well, right, yeah, so that's what I'm saying, like, while
Yeah.
I'm not saying I totally disagree or anything with that comment, I just don't really think it's necessary to be
Yeah.
in here. I don't think it adds anything
Okay.
to the survey, you might say. And then basically, while this is on a separate page, I think this is a continuation.
Were we getting rid of the pop-up as we're going?
Oh, next page, that's
That's on the-
underneath,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, didn't we say,
Yeah, I think the last meeting we were saying just get rid of the pump.
yeah, alright, cause that was just more of talking about water softeners,
Right.
which we don't need
Well,
pop-ups.
once
We don't-
again,
this
I
is
guess, what we're really finding out about this is did you find that the water quality was bad, that you had to purchase a softener?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, that's the.
And then leave it.
I don't really,
So, my question on redundancy,
yep,
I agree with taking some of the stuff out. We currently meet the redundancy standard, but once we start doing these treatments and so forth, that's gonna affect what we meet as far as DEP is considered. I mean, if our last sanitary survey, did we meet the redundancy standard?
Yes, because we could survive with Lancaster or Keys.
Right, so,
Short.
yeah, so we're gonna, we do currently meet it, I don't see a reason to leave that in there, but if, depending upon how we treat things, that's going to change our redundancy standard.
Very
Right.
true, so.
So
if we-
I don't wanna give people false hope that
Right.
we're
Oh,
gonna.
don't worry, we don't need to do it
Yeah,
today, 'cause
we're
gonna-
all set.
yeah.
We are all set right now,
Yeah.
but as we start to go through this, how is it going to affect what DEP would consider our redundancy?
Correct, so if we just treat Keating's well, the redundancy's gone, there's zero.
Right.
So they're gonna make it mandatory that we're gonna have to do something.
right. I agree with, we don't need the redundancy in there, I think it's fairly leading to something that's just not necessary.
It's that's what I felt. I felt
Yeah.
it's leading to a conversation that people will have, saying,
Right.
well, we're all set now.
Yeah.
But where we're going, we're not going.
That's
Or
the
are
point
they
of the
gonna-
survey, is
right.
our future, is
Yeah.
not
Right.
right now, it's our future.
Right.
How much are they willing to pay for additional redundancy? I don't, again, that's the same thing.
Right,
So-
We're gonna have to do what we're gonna have to do based on DEP's requirements.
yeah.
So that no whole next section was.
Yeah,
good.
can we just mix out the redundancy?
That was my
Alright.
intention, because
Oh,
I do
Oh,
think,
there,
I do think it's important, but I think
The
that
whole
it's
redundancy
too,
block.
you want the whole block
thing.
gone?
That's how I feel about this.
the whole block.
The whole block, I don't wanna ask about redundancy.
I would agree, because it's not the individual's choice, it's not my choice.
Oh, it's a DEP.
It's a DEP,
Right.
it's a regulatory thing. So I would kind of agree with you that, yes, it's important, yes, we're gonna have to discuss it,
Right.
yes, but
But as a survey.
it's not a choice for the residents to make. It's what we're gonna be required to do from DEP.
Yeah, so we're just gonna nix that whole block, I don't, once again,
Yeah,
I know we're all have our minds on different things, but this is really just to get, how's the community feel?
Okay.
What's important to
yeah,
them?
I agree, and this is still a lot, so.
Right, yeah.
Wherever we can reduce it,
So then keeping this whole thing crossed on the next page, cause that all tied to
Yeah,
redundancy, keeping this all gone.
right. Yeah, the cost thing, like, everybody's concerned about cost, I don't. Are you concerned about cost? Like, yeah,
Everybody,
on
yeah.
everything in my life.
Extremely
Yeah.
concerned.
Who would say not
Yeah.
concerned?
Right, yeah.
Triple my water.
I don't
bill.
care.
Yeah.
Alright, so the PFAS.
Yep,
So, as written, I liked it, I don't think we need the note is, LWA. I really actually kinda like this graph, or the block there,
Mhm.
I should say graph. I think it gives a lot of information if you know, range of detection,
and is
highest
this the
level
most
detected.
current? Oh, okay, it's giving us 21, 22, 23, 25, May and October, so
oh, I should put May and October
2025?
2023, 2024. So actually, we just did Lancaster, so we can update that.
Yeah,
So
Actually,
we're gonna have to change, because we don't really test individual sources.
True,
Oh, I
those
really-
are,
And I wanna go through those with you guys too, because we just did testing.
alright, so why don't,
well,
him
just,
and I will work on updating this,
updating
We
Yeah.
need to
Update
make
that
this
block.
easy to
Okay.
read and update.
yeah.
Alright,
Alright, so do you have the knowledge or understanding of PFAS?
I think it kinda needs to be reworded a little bit.
Right,
Maybe not knowledge or understanding. I like the question, to see if people have even heard of it.
right.
Yep.
Are you aware?
Are you aware of
Aware.
PFAS, what it is, and
The side effects of it or the,
Yeah,
Concerns
we'll
related to it.
yeah,
yeah, because
we'll reword that.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, something like, you know, I don't wanna call it an epidemic or anything, or like the recent rise in concerns with PFAS, or something to that effect.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's definitely people that they have no idea what it is.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
and did we have a definition of PFAS? Yes.
Yes, right above that,
So, here's a quick thing, wouldn't you put that just before PFAS? Because it's kinda like giving somebody the answer to a test before you give them the test.
yeah, yeah,
I like that.
Because
Yeah.
if you ask,
have you heard of it? No.
and are you aware?
And then you do an
And
explanation
then-
of it, and then you ask, well, how concerned about
Yeah.
it? Alright,
I mean, I was really good at trying to maximize what I could get out of the test in school, so I might go back and change my answer, but you're getting a legitimate answer if you're asking the question before you tell them about PFAS.
I'll go with that. What do you think, John?
Perfect.
He's not even looking at that.
No, I'm
John
looking- I've
John
looked
doesn't
at
like
it a
this thing, and I
dozen
know,
times.
yeah.
Alright, so yeah, that, you know, that's just kind of a,
yeah,
you know, because we have done a lot of, you know, like outreach and engagement on PFAS, you know, through even the last
So now we
campaign
might be
with
curious.
ARPA funds and like, did it
How'd that
gain
go?
any traction with the average
Yeah.
citizen of Lunenburg, you know? Alright, yeah, move that over there, alright, and then, you know, how concerned are you with your PFAS in your drinking water?
Yep.
Not concerned, slightly concerned, okay. Water treatment options.
So I mean, I think this is where,
Well, that's kind of a water treatment options, I mean, yeah,
So-
what are the water treatment options?
Well, so, you know how, so it says here that the Lunenburg Water District has distilled its strategy to 3 scenarios. I almost would like to maybe expand on that sentence a little more, meaning like the Lunenburg Water District has explored like many different course of actions to treat our water. We have, you know, through research found that these 3 options seem to fit the needs of the town financially, it's blah, blah, some to that effect, you know. I think that sentence needs to just emphasize a little bit more of all the work that, you know, we've all done here.
Yeah.
Before we just didn't, right, not us, but.
Through research
Right.
and testing
Exactly.
and pilot studies.
Correct, yeah, I like that, through research, testing, pilot studies,
And cost,
well, no.
That's
I mean, it
part-
all
no,
depends.
part.
But you know what I'm saying, maybe
Yeah.
just explain that a little bit more, that
well,
these
we're
3
done
options
research,
aren't just something we
testing,
just,
pilot study, over multiple years of
right.
research,
uh,
testing,
Testing.
pilot studies.
Yeah.
These are the 3 scenarios, best scenarios, whatever.
That would fit.
And these aren't like we pick these things.
No.
Yeah.
Engineering firm.
Well, maybe
I
that's what
guess
you're trying to
that's-
get
That's
across.
what I'm trying to get across, it's not something that we just said, hey, look, 1, 2, 3. This is what we have, the researchers who, hydrogeologists, or whatever we wanna call Ty and Bond people, smart people,
Smart
have said,
Yes.
this would be the most cost-effective, solutions.
Solutions.
These are the options that we have.
Reasonable, or, I don't know, something to that effect, we can work on that sense.
but you know, it all comes down to the treatment that you're gonna use depends on how much money they wanna spend.
Well, absolutely.
Right.
I mean,
This-
that's the whole nut of the
There's
case.
I know, but there's multiple layers to this, like, and
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh,
with you,
yeah, I
you know,
understand that, but you're not gonna do anything without any money.
Right.
Thanks, Dave Rogers.
Whoa.
He'll love that his name
Come
is
into the
brought
real
up.
world,
Yeah.
Dave, if this was live.
Yeah,
Dave would be
Yeah,
on
we'd be right
the
here.
Yeah.
I don't mean that disrespectfully, Dave, he's right, like, I get it, 100%. All right. These three scenarios improve water quality, protect community health, and economic development opportunities. Economic development opportunities. Can someone explain to me why that's in there?
Because he's also.
In economic development.
Where?
water
You're on
tree-
the,
yeah,
alright.
yeah, on that first sentence.
So-
The water quality protection, economic development opportunities,
I just don't really like that wording, it's just me.
okay.
I would rather see something in there that's like protect the future of Lunenburg, or forecast our needs down the road, or like.
I think that's what she's kind of,
I
economic
don't really like the
development, you don't like the
economic- yeah.
development?
Sounds like
Okay.
we're developing the town,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
that sounds like, in community health, and future needs for the community or something like that, you put that in there.
Are we still, I kinda went back to, are we still on this?
No, he's,
He hasn't even gotten there.
We're at water treatment options, I'm sorry.
He's still in the
Oh, you're
wording
still in the
part,
wording.
the page.
Yeah, yeah, I would appreciate it if you didn't turn the page.
Sorry, I'll stay back then.
I'm okay with the rest of that. Once again, this is a three-part conversation, I know
Yeah.
Mark's on page 10.
That's okay.
Anyway, yeah, maybe we can put a little something in there. All right. Now the next page.
Okay.
We have 3 scenarios. I think, I've looked at this a million times. I'm okay with the three scenarios and everything that's listed in there.
The only thing I'm thinking on this page is when you're looking at the wording at the bottom, where it talks about the drinking water
Yep.
state revolving fund.
Mhm.
I don't want somebody assuming that we've already, you know, do we need to put in what that could be for a savings, or just having that there alone? It's not, that's not the number for scenario one. If we get the funding that we were approved for before, this would be much less,
Yeah.
correct?
Well, so funding it, let me just look for it. Scenario is ended because, I don't actually, this is on my page here, but, so, what don't you like about that?
I just want to, the reason we were looking at scenario one
Right.
initially was
Was
because we could get the funding,
Right.
and we were looking at affordability, because that funding isn't going to be there forever, and it would give chances for other types of funding to, because more funding is going to be needed. There'll be other things opening up, but there currently isn't anything for scenario two or scenario three,
Do you have,
correct?
Correct.
Mine stops at.
So,
It starts
Oh,
on
oh,
the,
you
sorry,
know,
it got,
when you look
Oh.
at
Now, what do
this,
you have there?
people kind of get a false sense,
right at the top,
because
Because.
right here.
there
Oh,
is
oh,
That's the
oh,
a,
level,
for us
sorry,
to save that money.
sorry.
And
Yeah.
what would that, do we need to put in what that could be
Oh,
okay.
for savings? The reason I'm focused there is because of the 0% funding, the principal forgiveness we were gonna get. That's a huge part of that budget. And it's not available anywhere else.
I think the principal forgiveness is gone.
Okay.
I think we're gonna get that.
So then we're just looking at 0%.
Look at
0%. So
I mean,
your two numbers are there.
Should we
0%
have a
gone.
possible savings of 0%,
I mean,
or
you
is
just have
that
to do
not
the
even?
math.
Well, I
It's
mean,
there.
but
It's
that's,
there.
It's the 45 million to 73.
yeah, it's right,
so-
it's right above,
Okay,
yeah, 45 and then
$33 million.
73.
okay, yep, no,
And then,
you're right,
if you look underneath the sentence you were reading,
not applicable, okay,
it
yep.
says scenario one is eligible for 0%, and it got cut off, the rest of that
Says
sentence is on the
because
next page.
The level of PFAS exceeds 10 parts per trillion.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
Scenario
Sorry.
2 and 3 are not considered eligible because of the PFAS is unseen.
Okay, no,
They would
I get it
those.
now.
Yeah, that kind of.
So you should have read ahead another page. on
I
top
should have
of
been
it.
ahead of another page, and I would have been all set.
Yeah,
Yep,
so, yeah,
Alright, so I like-
clean that up.
Yeah, I think, obviously, when the survey goes out, it's gonna be, you know, these will be grouped with that.
Yeah, oh, yeah, this is all gonna be,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. Alright, so we'll go with that? Go with that, Mark?
yep,
Alright.
But can we just discuss scenario four, the one that they question us? I mean,
No.
just so we can see a dollar number amount?
Well, I mean, yeah, we could put it so
I mean,
that it's,
well, not put it in there so
No.
you can see it, but I mean, just say it so people know, we're talking
Yeah.
the most out of all of them.
Yeah, it's 103 million,
To do their scenario
the
four.
scenario 4 that there was talked about, which is,
That's all?
yeah.
And then there was the issue of the land area, we'd have to buy the land.
Right, and once again, that's 103 million. That doesn't include us having to do another pilot test and seeing how our this may go, so.
and your O&M costs are at 1.2 million.
Yeah.
So that was the other thing, you know, your annual operate, you know, the other ones were 275, 150, Keating's with the PFAS, you know, all that was 1.7. This is 103 million plus a 1.2 million annual operating and
I
maintenance
don't
cost.
understand how that goes down
it does,
from scenario 5. So scenario 5 is Keating's
because
only.
you're combining the,
But you know what I'm saying, like, the 1.7 million, that, the scenario 5 with Keating's well treatment plant, that was with the PFAS and softening. And now, adding Lancaster Ave to that, I just can't understand how that would go down.
Yeah.
Because you still have to do the PFAS and softening, but now you're adding this other.
Yeah,
Needless to say,
maintenance.
there's no need.
is that, in that scenario 6, is that including softening?
Yeah,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
we really need to,
Yeah.
we can't afford this.
I could see how it goes down, a little bit, because you're introducing water that's not, you know, when you dilute them together,
Yeah, okay.
your hardness goes down.
Good point.
So you
Right.
may see your overall, operating costs go down.
Needless to say, I don't really wanna spend a ton of time even talking
All
about
right,
that.
but we
because-
said the number.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right, we said the number,
103
I
million.
just don't think it's, I'm open to further discussion, but I don't see that. Okay, so, moving on. Consider 3 scenarios, boom, boom, boom. Alright, so, I don't want research investigate additional options scenarios,
We've already looked at every
I
option
feel like
that's
we've done
possible.
this to nauseam.
I look at I'm on the page with all the blue on it here, the scenario, community survey. But looking at that, I'm not gonna ask you what your opinion is, cause right now I don't wanna know. But do you have an opinion about the 3 scenarios? So you're leaning towards one, well, I'm sure you're leaning towards one of the 3.
Yeah,
But, I mean, I don't wanna know what it is, cause you don't have
Sure.
to tell me right now,
Okay.
but I'm just thinking, I mean, have you gone, see, I've been going through all this, I don't see any way to do this right, except for the scenario that I'm thinking about, and I'm sure you're probably thinking about the same one.
look, I'm gonna tell you right now that I feel that in a matter of years in Lunenburg, that, scenario 1 and scenario 3, at some point, all these sources have to get treated. And I'm gonna make it up, but over the next 20 years, we're going to need we're going to need PFAS treatment. There's not just gonna be one. It just, my assumption,
But I don't
I-
think scenario
I-
3, I think it'd be scenario 1 and scenario 2, because I don't think we can treat for this softening of the water.
I don't
Or
think
it being that
yeah,
expensive,
sorry,
yeah.
I meant, yes, yeah. So, but that's just, once again, I mean, you know, we're here at the will of the people kind of, and just trying to make the right choices for Lunenburg. I mean, that's just how I see it. How I want to see it is that those numbers you give us next have 0 PFAS and
I'm
we
with you.
throw all this stuff out and we go on. I mean, I think the whole thing sucks, to be honest with you, but we have to guide this ship as best we can.
Is there any way to get this all together and leave out anything like the hardness or the odor, the least problematic about the whole thing, and in the end, maybe take care of that little problem with an indoor, with a treatment plant of their own, a filter of their own in their house?
No, we don't want to do any of that.
No.
They can't.
Just- Do you want one in your house, John?
Huh?
Do you want one in your house?
Well, if I could save $10 million, I might.
So, but, I mean, you want one in your house, you be humping salt down there, or whatever you gotta do, you need to
Well,
maintain
who knows,
it.
what, by the time we get this thing through, they might have a nuclear plant in your cellar.
Right, well, I'm just saying, but so in
Yeah.
10 years, is that what you're gonna be doing?
I'll be dead in 10 years.
Okay.
I don't care what happens in 10 years.
Alright, but let's just say you're not.
Yeah,
Let's say
okay.
you're alive and you're still over there.
Yeah.
You'll get watching Wheel of Fortune and you gotta go down there
I hate
and,
Wheel of
and-
Fortune.
and put some stuff in here. I don't think I don't wanna put that burden
No,
on.
I'm just saying, you're not gonna get from the people in this town everything you want on this page, or everything you would like, because they're not gonna spend the money.
Okay,
But we can get their guidance on which one to proceed with.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I mean, are we gonna like their guidance, or?
No, well, whatever it is.
Choice. Yeah,
Well, at the end of the day, they have to vote on this, so
Yeah, exactly.
instead of us coming up like, last time, it fell flat on its face, let's face it.
Yeah.
So I'd
Well,
rather re-engage this with the support of the town being like, this is what we want to see you guys do. And then we will try our best to,
Right, but what I'm trying to say is, pick the most important, I mean, I know it's all important, but you're not gonna get it all. You're just not gonna get it
well,
all.
okay, that's why I think this scenario is
Yeah,
pretty handy.
which one?
I think this
Seeing
whole,
all
this
this.
whole
yeah,
stuff
so,
is,
so do I, but you go down and you look at scenario number 1 on the top there, Hickory Hills and Lancaster Avenue, Wells Combined Treatment. I mean, what else is there?
So, I guess the thing is that the one portion of this that still gets me a little concerned is scenario 2. If you ask me, scenario 2, which is Keating's PFAS treatment only, not touching the hardness, I don't think that's an option.
But that's, again, that's up to the voters to decide.
Okay, well,
Unfortunately, there's no regulatory, currently, there's no regulatory. So, again, that can change, but currently, there is no regulatory stuff for us for hardness.
Correct.
So, that's kind of up to the public. Currently, there is regulatory stuff for PFAS, and we have to meet the supply, demand of the public, and we, in order to have the redundancies in what DEP is asking for, I would agree with you, that at some point, every source we have is going to be treated.
But-
Where do we start? So, to me, there's two avenues here. I love the third avenue of treating hardness, but I don't think that there's gonna be the stomach for everybody to do that when you're talking affordability.
sure.
Okay, so let's wipe that out. We have scenario 1 and scenario 2 that are gonna be done over the next 20 years in order to meet what DEP's requirements are for our water source. So, to me, the public's gotta vote on number 1 or number 2 to start, and know that another one is coming, not far behind it, because we aren't gonna meet redundancy with one source.
Alright, so, but the problem I kinda have is with scenario 2, which is not treating the hardness, is like, in all good faith, sitting on this side of the table, like, I can't sign off. It's like we're all buying hard hats, right? And all of a sudden, all these manufacturers kinda like, here's one for a third less than everybody else, like, oh, great, let's go buy all those, and all of a sudden you find out that like, oh, they really didn't pass the test, well, you know, like, they're not as good. And so what happens is, I feel that if scenario 2 went online, we would be backpedaling to try to deal with this hardness issue that is now out of control.
Double what it is now.
Right, you know, so, that's why, so if anybody's gonna sit here, I've looked at this block a gazillion times, but if it was my first time, I'd be like, cost $73.38, but I'm gonna take 38. It's the first thing I'm gonna do,
Yeah.
but it's not apples to apples. It's like, that's where I kinda have a little bit of a knot in my stomach about it, because when this thing comes out to vote, as a commissioner, I will not vote for that, because it's gonna be a problem.
You're gonna
But I
spend a
think
ton
that's-
of money up front. It ain't gonna work, and all that money you spent up front is gonna be tossed away because you
Yeah.
don't do it all.
But I think this could give us a little bit of answer
Sure.
from people, just a quick, okay, I'm gonna fill this out, but hopefully by answering the few questions
Right.
before about the hardness, they could sit there and answer, hardness is horrible at my house, I am
Right.
so extremely concerned
I wish-
about it.
right.
And then they're gonna pick scenario 2, and then that's when we have to go, alright, they are extremely concerned about it, yet
But-
they pick scenario 2 because they picked the cheapest.
Because it's not
But
worth,
this
it's
is
not,
where,
and that's up to the public to decide.
but that's where you need to educate them,
I
that's
know.
where the
I
next
agree.
step comes.
I
If
agree with
are
you.
extremely
I would love to
concerned.
treat the hardness. I think it is very important to treat the hardness, but it's a huge, it's a huge dollar amount.
Yeah.
And that's where, hopefully we gain
I guess for
some
this,
insight
for
from
the,
this.
for the purposes of this survey, let's
Yeah.
push on with this.
Yeah.
We can have a discussion about this, it's just, I feel like this should be like a footnote, like scenario 2 will cause your hardness to increase, will double the hardness of your water. Like, I feel like that should be in there, like.
Yeah.
So is there
I
somewhere,
agree.
well,
Okay.
there's
But
benefits,
this-
benefits and concerns. Elevates, it's in here under benefits and concerns. It eliminates PFAS, benefit.
But
It
again,
elevates the hardness issues, that's a concern. And in doing it, it's a limited redundancy, well only.
Well, alright, so like,
yeah, that's, no,
it's just not, it's not bold enough
yeah,
for me to
So,
be
but,
like.
but, I agree with you.
yeah,
But our intent here was not to
You're
guide
right.
people on.
You are correct, you
So,
are correct.
but I agree, I don't think they're gonna pick that up.
I think they're gonna
Yeah.
pick that
But
up,
I
I
think
don't
if
think
we
they're.
come out and say it, your hardness if you have concerns with hardness now, it's gonna
Yeah.
be double what
It's
it
gonna
is.
be worse.
I think that should be in there, if you're concerned, you have concerns with hardness now, scenario 2 will double the hardness of the water in your.
It's almost
well, I
like you
think that's
can't-
when we could, maybe we put this out, like I said, we'll get the results, we have
Sure.
a lot of people concerned about it, they picked this, then we go the next step, okay. These are the results, We need to let people know, we
Right.
had a lot of people really concerned about hardness, now
Yeah.
we need to let you know, majority hypothetically
You're
pick
concerned.
scenario 2.
Yeah,
Now, we need to let all of you know by these 2 things, you're saying you're already concerned, this is going to now make it double what
yeah,
you were
you know
originally
what?
concerned.
I don't wanna say elevates, I wanna say doubles hardness issues.
Like, and then, but we also got the educational piece that's going along with this.
Right.
For them to go in, so we can dive into that a little more and
Yeah.
that side of things.
Okay.
Well, yeah, if it's gonna double it,
So
double it.
the
I mean,
next,
that's
last
what it's
page,
gotta
we're just
be,
taking
you know?
off the
Tell them
research,
what
we're
it is.
taking that off,
Yes.
and the additional scenarios.
Yeah, the additional scenarios,
Alright,
yeah, okay,
alright, we'll clean this up,
let's clean that up and then
get another draft sheet.
get another draft done. That was painful.
Did it.
Any takeaways from that? No, alright, good. Alright, next, Commissioner, Superintendent Clerk.
Okay, so I got 2 things to go over. First we'll go over the well testing. So the well testing, we changed up the game plan on the well testing. So the original wells were over 90 feet deep, the Keating wells, 90 feet deep. So when that well was put in and we did the test wells all around that for the pump test, we observed a confining layer. So it was sand and gravel up top, and then went through a clay impermeable barrier, and then it went back to sand and gravel. So we're in the lowest section. So the well testing we're doing right now is in the upper section, and our hopes were to get less hard water, and we'll see how things go. Maybe do some PFAS samples, so we're gonna see if we can do something different there. But the downside is we're not gonna get the capacity of
Yeah,
waters that
right.
we had down below. So we're working on it. Things
So-
looking okay.
Right, when you say not get the capacity, you talking like half the capacity or less, or we don't know yet?
I'm gonna guess a third the capacity.
Okay.
300 gallons a minute.
Right. And we all know that this is just as like a semi backup, this is not like a new well or anything like that, it's just.
No, it would be a new source.
Right.
Yes, so that's kind of the issues we have with land area, where we have to land, so it's not a simple little thing like, hey, let's put these wells in, we're ready to go. So it'd be a new source, manifold system, smaller radius.
Yeah.
But, yeah, in no way I'm saying this is how we're gonna go.
Just- it's a-
Just
We're just doing a test because we can do it easily.
Yes, we're looking at all our options.
Yeah.
If we can find a source down there, a third the capacity, no PFAS, no hard water, we're good to go, you know.
Right, no, I
That
mean,
doesn't solve Lunenburg's problem, but I mean,
it would help.
it gives us a source, yes, gives us
Sure.
a source without spending $30 million.
Absolutely.
So we're trying, so.
Just totally hypothetical, let's just say that works. Let's just say we pump this thing, it's got low PFAS numbers, it's got low hardness numbers.
And we can
And
blend it.
Can we blend that with the deep pump?
Yes, so that's kind of was part of our plan too,
Yeah.
that was part of the discussions. So do you, hold on, yes, that was part of the plan.
Right.
But we're already testing the hardness now.
Yep.
So when we do the well, we're testing it. So right now, the Keating well has a hardness level of 220, extremely high. The test well we just did, the first one was 140, so
Better.
way better. And then the next one was 160, so it's still better. But, so it's not gonna be blending is
Cutting it in half,
Cut-
if they're doing
Okay,
that, yeah,
I get you.
yeah.
Just curious, like, what's Lancaster at, what's Hickory
Third.
Hills? Oh, okay, alright.
Hickory Hills is 40, and even before Keating's, we would get complaints of the hard water.
Okay.
So when you wash your vehicle
Yeah,
and you let it dry, you don't dry it, you
Yeah.
see the white dots
yeah,
on
I
it.
know right where it is. Yep.
So like right now, like we're watering the grass out there and I park my vehicle too close, I
Yeah.
have a white skim on my window
Yeah.
that, it takes a while to even get off, so.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so yeah, so we're looking at other options, so even if we can find a source, but
Sure.
the PFAS is good,
Yep,
lower capacity, and
Yeah.
it's something we can, at least move forward to.
Have you checked the hardness of Keating's since we put it online?
It stayed the same,
It has not increased or anything.
no, but it goes by the flow. When we did
Well,
the
that's-
pump test, it was 200, 220, 250, it was right up there. And when we did the pump test, it's continuous flow, 1,000 gallons a minute for 15 days. The hardness levels actually dropped. So that was why I said that, I think it was last year, I said, well, we're gonna run the
Yeah,
higher capacity.
pound it into.
Yeah.
Try and get it, but we don't pump 1,000 gallons a minute continuously for 15 days, so.
Right.
So it never really showed.
Okay.
So that's it on the wall, so we're working on other options, I mean, we're putting whatever we can, so. So the other thing I was gonna bring up, we just did PFAS sampling for the Lancaster Ave wells. Now it's how we operate the wells, we operate wells 2 and 5 together, and wells 1 and 4 together. So now we tested those as a blended sample. So, wells 2 and, well 5 is actually 07G. The PFOA, came back at 4.94. So the maximum allowed was 4. So those two will not pass the PFAS. And then we did sampling of wells 1 and 4, and the PFOA on that one was 4.24, and the total PFAS 6 was 6.5, which that won't be a requirement in the future, but they're gonna look at the PFOA and the PFOS numbers. So,
Which are about 4 parts per trillion.
yeah, we're above 4. Yeah. Seems to be pretty consistent now.
Yeah, we've done this before, these numbers. They don't seem to be drifting. We're not gonna get lucky and they drop.
And then that rolling average I mentioned in there, they should be zeros. When I talked to DEP, it was above 2. If it was lower than 2, that would be 0. I guess they're getting pretty accurate and reading levels above 2, so I think those, maybe on the federal side, when I spoke to Mass DEP, I think Mass DEP's gonna be, on the rolling average, that'll be, it's less than 2.
It was less than 4.
If it's less than 4,
It
on
was-
the federal,
yeah,
that's 0.
But it doesn't matter, one is less than 4.
Yeah, these are all over 4, so.
Okay.
Not the good news, like you were saying.
No,
Everything
no,
that is
it's-
0.
I think the good news, if there's gonna be any, is over.
But we do have well number 4. Well number 4 passes.
Yeah, right now. How close is that one?
That one's really low. It's actually less than 1, so if you do the rolling average, it's not detect.
But that's not how you run it, right? Because you run it every time.
That
Yeah,
one's
you
on.
can't.
Yeah.
I gotta print these charts for you guys, so you can see the water level when your well starts, and it's a constant drop. So if you say, hey, you gotta run that thing for a week straight, you're gonna be out of water. You're probably, like, this time of year, you're probably out of water in 3 days.
Okay,
Great.
thanks for bringing it down. Anything else? And-
Nothing.
Yeah, I guess something.
I'd love to hear.
Are we gonna have public comment first,
Well, I
or?
mean, yeah, that's.
By then I'll tell you what's on
Well,
my
you're
list.
superintendent's commissioners and fishes,
Yeah, that's, we're in your section now.
Okay, all right.
If
Well,
you- if you don't wanna talk now, talk later. we can-
no, I'll talk, you know, I'm not afraid to talk.
No, I know.
I was down to the Hickory Hills Lake, well, last week. The canoes are still there,
Mhm.
all right? Now, we've got our 400-foot restricted area. Canoes are still on the 400-foot restricted area. They're a PFAS contributor as far as I'm concerned, because they're fiberglass and plastic canoes, and that's where the PFAS comes from. Are we gonna get them off of our 400-foot restricted area, or are we gonna leave them there?
I will re-engage with that, that is a bit my fault, I know you had emailed me about talking, they want to meet back out there or something.
No, that was a
That was a while ago.
while ago, because we had said, let's hold off, because they hired, I forget what
Yeah.
the thing is, what his name was, or what he was called, hired somebody to consult. They reached out to DEP, DEP then called, I think you had spoken to them a couple times, and I thought they were gonna have, DEP was gonna have a meeting.
Yeah. You know
we were
what, John,
kinda-
that's a good point, and I started that process and I'll re-engage with it, I'll talk to you.
Let me, DEP is not gonna do anything. They're gonna talk about it. It's up to us, it's in our easement. We got all the rights in the world to do whatever we want, or any engagement from DEP or not. It's a 400-foot restriction, and I think, you know, I mean, we've got drinking water there. We're talking here, all we've talked about for the last few years is PFAS. Well, there's a PFAS contribution right there sitting on our wells almost. Let's get them out of there.
I will re-engage with that. That is a bit my fault.
No, that's, Woody, I don't blame you, Woody, I know
No,
you're
no,
a busy
no, I mean,
man.
that, like, we had started this
Yeah,
process, we had a good
talked with
conversation
them,
with them,
yeah.
and I know some things kinda went back and forth, we had set a deadline, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, so I'll get with you on that, and
I
we'll
mean,
just.
if anybody else had that problem in town somewhere with a, you know, if we had a bunch of canoes or anything down at Lancaster or Keysville, I mean, they would definitely go. I don't know why these are still here. I mean, I'm trying to protect that well, cause that well, as far as I'm concerned, is gonna go online someday.
I couldn't agree.
Someday it's gonna go online.
I agree.
I agree.
Do you have any public comment? Mr. Grundy?
Compliment. Paul Grundis, 35 John Street. Had a discussion with a neighbor, was complaining about his water bill. Why he thinks he comes to me, I have no idea, because I told him I come to meetings. Well, he was complaining about the $25 surcharge. So I said, well, did you look at the last bill? No. Well, there's a compliment. It's gone down. So I told him to go back and look at it, and he did, and he didn't have anything more to say. So, you said that it would go down, and it did go down. Do they read their bills? Apparently not.
Did he know what it was for? Did you, ask that one?
That was another discussion that I didn't mention before. I had to sit down and explain it to him again. So, I guess I'm a part of your committee and didn't even know it, you know? But they're not,
Liaison.
they're not, with this survey, what I'm getting at, this is a damn good idea.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, there's people out there that they're not paying attention.
And like I say, for the majority, I'd be one of them. I gotta, the last thing I'm thinking of is like the water. Like, until it's shut off, like.
Well, you expect the water supply to be safe.
Yeah,
That's-
right.
you
know,
don't
I mean,
think
so,
about
like,
any
hopefully
problems.
this survey will grab a couple of concerned citizens and
Yeah.
just, maybe put the light on it where it's just
Well,
it's all, we're all different parts in life, you know what I'm saying? If you get young kids running around everywhere, like, Jesus Christ, worry about other things, not the water.
And just one more thing, on that survey, are you gonna leave enough space for comments?
I think we should.
That's a
Conversation with
good
them.
suggestion, because
Sure.
it's not a yes or a no,
Right. Sure.
or maybe, I hope I'm not opening up the door,
No, no,
because the comments
if we
might
could
be.
put a sentence in there, I'm sure that, I can't.
I'm sure that, maybe I'll even offer to help you with some of the comment section, Kristen, how's that? Okay? But if they had any additional questions that they still don't
Sure, right.
understand,
I think it's great, absolutely should.
okay,
Section.
Yeah,
thank you.
You're welcome.
I have nothing to add, you guys are doing a great job. That's all. Need anything else?
That's adjourned.
I've heard a motion to adjourn.
So have I.
No move.
Motion to adjourn.